Good afternoon, late afternoon, everybody. It's retired Chef Pat. I thought I'd stop in real quick and just say hi, and I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully, hope you guys didn't overeat, but had a great time in that with the good old turkey and all the side stuff and your pies and even some other treats and stuff that some people had in that. So I'm hoping you guys had really a nice Thanksgiving. Now, of course, we're getting ready now for Christmas, and we got that started now too. Also, just remember one thing, guys. Retired Chef Pat is here every day. I come on. I'm on 3 socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I try to find recipes that you guys might be interested in. It doesn't always work out that way. I try to check all the recipes out when I'm looking, and if they look halfway decent now or really good, I'll take and I'll save them, and I do wet them up and put those up on the internet here. Sometimes if they're not as good, or maybe just a picture with a recipe or something like that, then I'll just take and repost. That way they still get credit that way. I like it and I repost it because I want everybody still to get credit at. But I love what I do. In case you guys are wondering, I love what I do. Anybody doesn't know me, I was in the food business for over 45 years. I did everything, you name it. I There's so much to tell you guys. I come out with the basics all the time and tell you my basics. But yeah, I did quite a bit over the years. From in the beginning, when I was a young boy, I started out doing burgers and that kind of stuff. And then along the way, I kept learning and working with other people in that. And, a lot of the old chefs and the cooks and different establishments and that. I cooked in all these kitchens, and I also managed many kitchens and restaurants. And I had a couple of sub shops of my own, which I mentioned before. I had the New York Deli Express, and I also had Mistretta's Classic Subs. This is way back in the 70s. They were mine. And I did so much stuff. I can't even tell you guys. I even managed Taco Bell back in the day when I was a younger man. Back in the early 90s, I managed Taco Bell. Um, so I did all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I cooked in a French restaurant for one summer. I had a friend of mine, and he had asked me. He went open up a business, open up a French restaurant. It was called Sinclair's. It was here in the Rochester, New York area, and it was all French food. Honestly, I was a young man back then too. I was probably in my late 20s at that point in time. I didn't know nothing about French food, but I worked there with the other cooks and the chefs, and I learned quite a bit about it. And I know a lot of you, maybe some of you know, some of you don't know, French cooking is a lot of saute work, all individual saute pans and that. So it's a lot of work in that. Everything's sauteed off. You got trout français and veal bolognese and chicken français. There's just all kinds of stuff out there you do. Many, many different types of dishes. We had ham French type of sandwich, and we did different various roast beef, hot and cold sandwiches, and just soups, lots of soups, different types of soups and that. So it was a very learning curve for me at that point in time in my late 20s. And we used to do all kinds of fresh salads. And back in those days, there, a lot of the dressings that were made right from scratch. It wasn't like it is today in the restaurants. Most of the stuff today, to a point, is bought. It's already made up, and you buy gallons of dressings. Whatever you want to get, you can get today. There's tons and tons of dressings and other items out there you can get today. Back in those other days, you couldn't get it. And so, even like Caesar dressing, we used to make it from scratch back in the day when I was cooking at that French restaurant. And I don't know if a lot of you know or not. You probably maybe there was fresh eggs in there, and I also had um, anchovies and that sort of thing. And there was a bunch of other stuff, of course. Anyways, your oil and your hot mustard and all that kind of stuff. So, but it was all grated Parmesan. But the Caesar dressing was made from scratch back in those days, along with many, many other types of dressings that were out there. So yeah, I learned quite a bit there, and then I just kept going on from there. I ended up, I did the senior homes for probably about 30 years or so, you know. And at one point, I was feeding this one home. I was there for 20 years in this one home, and I was feeding 140 residents a day. It was independent living, and I did that for quite a few years. And then I moved on, and I did a couple other homes also, smaller type homes. I did Crimson Ridge, and I also did West Side Manor. And it was the same thing. They were all individual homes and that. They weren't nursing homes, they were individual living, independent, I should say, living homes, you know. And so I cooked in those homes. Those homes were just a hair smaller. I was doing maybe like 65, 70 residents a day in that range, you know. But I just kept learning. Everything I know, I just kept learning and learning and learning. And then I retired a couple years ago. I decided it was time, and I retired. So I probably missed many things to tell you guys, but that was pretty much my career. In between all the cooking and that I did, and all the managing I did, there was a couple of times I tried to get out of the food business because I wanted to work normal hours like other people and have the weekends off and that. I was a fairly young guy, you know, and I was at that point in my time in my life that I wanted to be home with the wife and the kids and all that corner stuff, you know. So I tried some other things. I was the installation manager for a siding company, roofing and siding company. I also did, let's see, I worked at a book bindery company. We made law books. So ran the machines there. I had a sewing machine, big sewing machine that used to bound the books back together and all that kind of stuff. So I did many, many things over the years. So I feel very fortunate, you know. And now I'm retired, but I enjoyed this. What I'm doing for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the daily joke corner I do, and also my daily recipe I do for you guys. I love doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Please don't get bored with it. I just want to keep it going, and keep all the love going, and all the follows and the shares and all that good stuff. I love it, man. I love it. And again, let me repeat one more time. I'm on 3 socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube, I just started doing recently within the last probably couple of months now. I've been pushing that one too, so I'm getting that going also. So I'm all over the place, you know. So listen, guys. Hey, listen. Have a great night tonight. Spend time with your family. Relax and stay safe. And from me, retired Chef Pat, I love you all, you guys. And keep the faith and keep safe and keep the love out there, okay? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it so much.